I'm delighted to announce that the Cornell Center for Hospitality Research will be hosting the second Cornell Hospitality Research Summit during October 2012. 2012 also happens to be the 20th anniversary year for the Center for Hospitality Research. To celebrate the 20th anniversary, we have a variety of activities planned throughout the year, and the biggest one happens to be Cornell Hospitality Research Summit, or CHRS. The theme for this year's summit is Service Excellence and Performance Growth in the Global Hospitality Industry. This conference theme is quite broad and by very nature multidisciplinary. This research summit is ideal for industry executives and academic scholars. The purpose of the summit is to bring together the two communities so that we can engage in a lively dialogue.
There are a lot of conferences out there. I could be going to a conference every week, 52 weeks a year. Why do I want to be at this one? What is unique about this? And I think Cornell, in this particular conference, is a way, a niche, to be able to communicate with industry, the academics, and then really bring it together in a more meaningful way.
So anytime that you can marry sort of the academic data gathering and analysis with the real world day-to-day, this is how it really is in the trenches, I think that creates a very useful interchange of information and views for both parties.
There is naturally, by definition, a little bit of difference between the way the professor looks at subjects and the way industry looks at subjects, and for the right reasons. And I think it gives a very broad perspective. It's very good for the industry because they get to interact with the research leaders. It's good to work with the next generation because those are the people who are going to come and service our industries. So I love it.
But at that intersection, there is that symbiotic relationship where academia being informed by what's going on in industry, what are emergent trends, what are things that as we think about research that may be important and relevant, what are the critical issues going forward?
We just discussed at the World Travel Tourism Council the huge gap that exists between the educational world, in the hotel administration, all over the world, and what the industry needs. And therefore, these types of conferences, these types of gatherings is what mixes and what helps to reduce this gap, mixes the thoughts and reduces the different interests.
And I also like the mix between real-world business people like myself and academicians who sometimes I felt when I was in school might be a little too theoretical, may not understand what really happens on the street, but there's a lot we can learn from the academic community as well. So I think it's a nice mix of those thoughts and ideas.
When you're looking at an event like this, I think the Research Center has put together a great agenda for this inaugural event, and one of the unfortunate things is there's too many good things to go to.
It's the struggle between timely, a solution to a problem that's happening right now, and timeless, which is a theory that breaks new ground and stands the test of time. A conference that bridges this gap, enabling academics and practitioners to learn from each other, is truly inspiring. And it takes a place like the Hotel School and an organization like the Center for Hospitality Research to provide such a forum. I firmly believe that only through this kind of collaboration can we as an industry innovate and break new ground, elevating both the practice and the research that supports it.
I think the industry has gone through a very turbulent period where for a while people were very concerned about the basic financial measures for the industry. Now I think we are at the point of development where we have recovered significantly from the lowest performing portion of the industry. Now people are looking for ways to add more value. How can we make our service get better again? How can we grow again? How can our performance be higher again? This is an exciting time for the industry, and it requires both strategic analysis and operational analysis. Hence, the theme of the conference, Service Excellence and Performance Growth in the Global Hospitality Industry, Strategies and Approaches for Navigating Forward.